you wonderful, magical people. How are you today? I hope you are doing well. I've decided to jump onto the hashtag 10 only decks. I thought to myself, oh my God, I've got 50 decks now. If I was to have to run out of my house for an emergency because there's like fire happening or a water damage and it's, you know, about to damage my decks, which ones would I go for? This wasn't easy at all. So I have actually finally come down to my 10 decks that I would rescue. And please, other decks, you know, don't hate me. But yeah, I just thought this is actually a good opportunity to put them together in one section, so, you know, easy access to grab them. Now, these decks aren't in order, in no particular order, because putting them then in order of favorites, I think that I'd struggle. So I'll start off with the Oak, Ash and Thorn, which is by the Three Trees Tarot, and made in the UK. Now, this is such a stunning deck. I haven't used it. This is actually a very new deck to me. I haven't actually done any readings or anything like that with it, but I absolutely love the art. Let's jump over there. Now, I'll bring it up a little bit closer so you can have a look. So it's absolutely stunning. And, you know, what I did notice is that obviously I won't go through all of these. I'll just skip through. But they're very dark, which reminds me of the UK actually, just because obviously if it's raining or just about to, or is that Ireland? I think Ireland might be a bit more towards the raining or just about to, but there's just the dark colors, but you know, which makes it feel like a bit of a darker deck, but it's still such a light and beautiful. It's like the beauty in the dark. It's absolutely stunning, and so well done. And I love how you have like the hares, the foxes, the badgers. I think it's the squirrels as well. But yeah, it's absolutely a beautiful deck. So this is one of the decks that I would actually save. One of my favorites. All right. So I'll jump over to the next one. Try and put this one away. There we go. That's one. So next one is actually the Tarot of Curious Creatures. Now this is by Chris Ann. If this was done in an indie version, I would have snapped it up. Comes with, oh, the other one doesn't come with a booklet, but I'm pretty sure you can get one online. I can't remember. Maybe I can have a look at the notes. But anyway, so Curious, this is the Curious Creatures, which is a lovely little book and deck, and it does actually have quite a bit of write-up in it as well, as you can see. I wonder, does it have, yes it does. It does have spreads also. So again, I won't go through all these cards, but look at this. Absolutely stunning. I mean, for a, you know, a commercial deck, or it's just, it's very well done. I really enjoy it. It's very fun and colorful, and I like that how as well sometimes you have here, it comes out of the borders. Chris Ann's just like one of my favorite artists and deck creators. I mean, I know it's not hand drawn or anything like that, but it's still just so well done, and I just love the colors. I'm a sucker for colors. So yeah, right, so I'll jump to the next one. Next one has to be the Pandas, which does come with this pouch, by the way. Well, it used to anyway. Maybe you could still buy it separately, I'm sure. Way of the Panda Tarot, absolutely cute deck. Again, here we go, Kimberly M. Zan. She's, I actually follow her on Instagram. She's actually lovely and a really bubbly character. Again, One thing I would highly recommend is actually buying her full size guidebook, because this is a very interesting take to a guidebook, because it goes through the characters of each of the panda bears, which makes it different. So it's like little stories of different characters, and it's not just, and obviously it's all linked to the actual Rider-Waite, but it's just so well done. You know, you really get to know the characters and they're so endearing. It's just so well done. So I highly recommend a full guidebook. So again, I think these are watercolors, very easy and light to read, a Rider-Waite Smith type deck. Again, very colorful, sucker for color over here. And yeah, you just fall in love with the pandas because they really are their own little individuals. It's fun to read. Go through a few more for you guys. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Bedtime. All right. Put them away. So next we have another Chris Ann deck, which is the Muse. This is a fantastic, this is the indie version. I actually do have a commercialized version as well. Just because I don't like playing, and I know that sounds really silly, but I actually don't like playing with the actual indie versions, because even though I have had a bit of a play. I don't know if you can see that, hold on. I mean, look at the edges, gorgeous, aren't they? But you can see tiny little bit of wear, and then I was like, nah, I don't want to wear and tear this deck. So I got the indie version so I can actually do the readings, but just, yeah, I just absolutely love her artwork again. So vibrant, so beautiful. And funny enough, with this deck, when I bought it at the same time as Light Seers, and I was actually more attracted to the Light Seers, which of course, by the way, I own. That's be one of the next ones. But I was actually more attracted to the Light Seers deck, and this, well, I got this because I was like, you know what, this is unusual. This is I've not had this kind of deck before, and I was like, I'll give it a go. So I bought it, and oh my god, I actually reached for this deck more than any other deck. So I've really absolutely loved working with it. It's great for, you know, self-healing, you know, really just connecting with the divine feminine. I absolutely love it. It's a stunning deck. Well done, Chris Ann. All right, so next one out is the Moonchild Tarot. Again, look, decent sized little book. Oh, I'll just quickly jump back. She does actually have online music, meditation. It goes through each of the cards, which is fantastic. And you can order her book. Again, another fantastic guidebook. So highly recommend. So we have here the Moonchild Tarot, which comes with a really good, really good tarot guidebook. Absolutely fantastic. You know, it's full color. It's almost like a magazine paper, but a little bit thicker, which is nice because it's such nice quality. So she's done such a good job on this. Actually, who is the author on here? If any of you guys know, Danielle Knoll. There we go. But yeah, well worth the read. Really good, and I absolutely love. I mean, look at this edging, gorgeous. It's that shiny edging. Again, I have used this tiny bit, and then you know, obviously try to stay away from damaging it. Oh, I'm terrible. But I absolutely love it. Fantastic art again. I got this after the Chris Ann because then I realized actually I really like this type of art. You know, it's like this digital art. It's fantastic. A collage, I think it's called. Look at that. Pretty, that's lovely, Emperor. Again, very self-empowering deck. You know, I don't know if I'd use it to read for others, but I mean, you really could, but I just find it a more like self-empowering deck, the same as the Muse. But I have used the Muse for other people and it has worked a treat, but I haven't with this one yet, so something to try out, I guess. All right, so I'll bring out the light Seers because you already know that that's on my list. Woohoo! Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous deck. Again, this book is really good read, and I mean, look at the size of that. It's massive. It's not in color, but that's fine. You can forgive that because of the content in here. Absolutely great. You know, questions for the Seers. So you've got your light seer, shadow seer, experience overview. And then a message from the 8 of Wands. And again, it's just, you know, making you work with the deck, which is fantastic. I wonder if the Chariot, if the Arcanas have a little bit more. Yeah, you have this like light from the community. So these are all the, probably how people feel about the decks and about the cards, which is lovely. So I will grab these out. It's very easier just to do this. Look at that. Gorgeous. Again, you see a little bit of wear, but then I stopped using it. Because it's too beautiful to use. I just don't want to wreck it. I mean, look at this art. This is fantastic. Another well done, you know, to Chris Ann. She's done such an amazing job. Look at that moon. That's a beautiful card too. There's not one card in here I don't like. Look at that. All right, pop these back. Again, I have a commercial version of that deck, obviously, so I can play with it. And again, like I said, I actually reached out for the Muse more so. Be interesting to hear if people have the light Seers, you know, which one do you actually reach for more? I'd love to hear that. Another one of my favorites that's going to be coming with me is the Trueblack Tarot. It's just so well done, and it's kind of like my angel deck per se. Comes with a little booklet. It's actually quite good booklet. It's got a little bit of content in there, so you know, it's still done well. The cards, I do love them. Look at how thick they are. Hold on, let me just get a everyday tarot deck. So I'll grab the Curious Creatures, just so you can see the difference, right? So normal deck, let's put them together. Look at the thickness. It's almost double, well, almost, you know, double the size. It's absolutely a chunky monkey, this deck. Pop that back in. So this deck is lovely to work with. It seems very dark, but there's just this like beam of light that just highlights the character. For me, I just feel like this for me is my angel deck. They're not all angels, obviously, but it feels angelic. And you do have at the bottom here it says, you know, what the character is, and if you can kind of work through it, then the artwork is just magnificent. The only downside about this deck, it's kind of more of a collector's deck, I would say, just because it is chunky and hard to shuffle. It's got this beautiful rose petal type of finish, which is stunning. It really is, but it makes it really difficult to kind of shuffle. Oh, these are the backs, by the way. I mean, look at that. Gorgeous. I think that's called UV. But I mean, look at that. I love the cups as well, with that smashed cup there. It doesn't say what it is, but you can, you know, 5, and then you've got the cups. So it is a deck that you would probably, it is still a Rider-Waite based deck, and there's a bit of pip in here, as you can tell, but it's just done so well. So look, I'll try and shuffle it. So I mean, it's so chunky, I struggle, and look, there's not much bend to it. So trying to riffle shuffle, oh, it's almost impossible. So you really have to, with this deck, like do the over shuffle. You know, I think that's, oh, look at her. Isn't she gorgeous? Temperance. So yeah, that's the only downside, but nonetheless, I absolutely love it. That's coming with me, and I'm so glad I bought it. All right, so the next deck that I got, which is one of my earlier decks, is the Dark Mansion, of course. This is a fantastic deck. You can see that I have actually played with this quite a bit, because look, that's what happens to the edging. I have tried to go over it with black marker, but it just keeps, I suppose, fraying. The paper just keeps coming through. The art itself is beautiful, again, full of color, very vibrant, and it's just the characters. I just love the characters. They're so interesting. It didn't come with a guidebook, but it is a Rider-Waite deck, so you can, obviously, if you know the Rider-Waite, or you can just buy yourself a guidebook for the Rider-Waite Smith. Book. Look at that. I love that. That's one of my favorite cards. You might hear my dog snorting in the background. She's a pug. Her name's Moogie. If you want to see her, she's at Moogie Bear on Instagram. Or if you follow my link to Instagram, you can then probably go through and see Moogie Bear there. She's a cute little pug. Trouble, spoiled little princess. Anyway, I'm diverting. But look at this. Look at this. It's just so well done. Look at that Hierophant. Oh, dropped it. These shuffle well. Don't mean. They do shuffle really nicely. So that's and I do actually love doing readings with that. You can do any type of reading, I find, with those. I actually generally like to do love readings with this one, or career. Now, another one is the Spacious Tarot. This is a stunning deck. I haven't done too much work with it yet, but it's something that I'm going to be making a change this year and actually giving it a go. It does come with a lovely guidebook, which talks about, obviously, all the characters. And then this is the back, which is very simple, and I like that. It's almost like stars or paint splatter. Either or, it's gorgeous. These aren't in order, but I'll just flip through anyway. It just it is exactly what it's called. It's Spacious Tarot. It gives you that space and allows you to kind of be drawn into your own feeling, really focus on yourself and how you're feeling, and it's just very well done. Even I don't generally like pips too much, but this is just so well done that you don't care. You're just like, you know what, this is gorgeous. I mean, this little moon inside the shell, that's fantastic. Ace of Wands. And I just love, again, the colors are just so beautiful. This is one of my favorites, is the Explorer of Cups. Look at that. This koi fish, I believe. You know, and then you have the Explorer of Pentacles, which I'm sure was the Knight of Pentacles. And you have the Guardian of, let's say, Pentacles, which I'm pretty sure is the Guardian, the King. You know what? I'll have a quick look for you. Let me see, look at that, the Four. So if we have a quick look, the Ace Swords, the Guardian, okay. So you've got the Ten of Swords, then we've got a Child of Swords, which would be obviously the Page, Explorer, which is the Knight. Guardian is, there we go. Okay, so that's the Queen, and then the Elder of Swords, which is the King. All right, so last but not least, what deck I would be taking with me is the Goliath deck. This, again, the artwork is absolutely stunning. Ooh, let's try and get this open. There we go. The guidebook is so well done. Again, it feels a bit like a magazine, which I really love. You know, I love the feel of that, and you can go through the pages so easily. But there's just so much information here, and you know, and it's just so well done. I mean, it's look at 2 pages long. Look how, you know, let me show you this one. You know, there is a lot of content. So great read, and he's done such a great job. Look at the backs of these cards. A thick deck, but still handleable. Is it handleable? Anyway, it's a thick deck, and it can be a bit tricky to shuffle on that because it's quite thick, wide as well. The edging's done again the black, which I have been really worried about playing with them because obviously I don't want them damaged, but they haven't actually seemed, and I don't know if it's because it's this glossy type of edging or shiny, I don't know, it's kind of like that gold gilding, you know, that gold shiny gilding. The moon, this one, that's in the Moonchild Tarot, it's kind of like that but black. So I haven't really seen much damage, you know, on the actual cards themselves, but look at this. I mean, they do have obviously the names here, but looking at the images, I mean, you do have, I suppose it does look like the Hierophant to me, but some people might struggle with that, so you probably would need to have a little bit more experience. He does have extra cards in here as well, which, you know, you definitely would want to read about. But the karmic soul, tribe, the family, you know, you can kind of gather that that's about, you know, your family and being a part of community. Ten of Swords. Some of these are actually quite difficult to look at, but I just love it. If you're doing like a dark night of the soul, it's really good at going through that with you and experiencing that and helping you maybe out of it. Great, absolutely great deck. I absolutely love it. Again, not many pips, but I actually really love that. You know, you've got the meteorite, you know, coming through. Or look at that. It's just so well done. That's just an extra card. You can choose to obviously keep them in your deck when you're when you're doing a read, or and trying to intuitively interpret the card, or you can take them out. I keep them in. I feel like when you have decks from creators like these, if they've got extra cards, it just adds to the reading to have them in. I mean, they don't always come out either. But yeah, so look at that. Look at that. Stunning. All right, so, and another thing, actually, just before I go, what I really liked is the edging. I do like that you have a black and a white edging, and reason being is because it kind of reminds me of an old photo. But that's it, everybody. That's my 10 decks that I wouldn't be able to live without. So I'm so glad I have these. Thank you to all the creators. They've done such an excellent job, and I look forward to, you know, working with some of these decks a bit more. Yeah, fantastic. Thank you guys. See ya.